Gamers and gamers, what is good? My name is Tenek127 and welcome back to another video. And guys, I know it's been over a week since I've uploaded. Let me explain why and then also talk about a little bit what I want to talk about into today's video. So first and foremost, my birthday came up last week. Did a little birthday stream and stuff like that, and I was supposed to continue content right after there. The previous 2 weeks, I had taken a little bit of light time on the channel because I was spending time with family. Well, right after my birthday, I get a phone call that more family is going to be coming around and staying with us for roughly a week. Crowded household, very difficult environment to record in. So that's kind of, what happened. But I do just wanted to explain that and apologize to you guys real quick. Now, today's video, why I called it I Got a Problem is because in today's video, I want to talk about something, a certain game. And you should probably know what that game is because, now I want to bring up a lot of the stuff from E3. One of the titles that really excited me is Babylon's Fall. And I know a lot of people aren't smiling too much on this game right now because, it was announced as a games as a service title, and it's taking, that whole content over time route. But just, hear me out, guys. If this was any other developer, I'd be, more sketchy and stuff like that. And I know that's probably been said before, because people probably assumed that things would go pretty well with Avengers because, Square Enix was publishing it. But this is a collaboration of Square Enix and Platinum Games. The guys that made Nier Automata, that made Bayonetta series and stuff like that. These guys are good. Hell, they even brought the Wonderful 101 back from the dead and made it a phenomenon on Nintendo Switch. So I trust Platinum. And, I just want to see this game succeed. And honestly, guys, Babylon's Fall is probably the closest thing we'll ever get to an MMO by Platinum Games. So honestly, I want to embrace it, and I hope you guys do too. Let's go ahead and get into today's video. So alright guys, what's going on? Tenek127 here, gamers and gamettes, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Babylon's Fall. Now, I have both trailers, the one from, I believe, 2020 or 2019, whenever they last released information on this game. And I also have one of the most recent trailers for Babylon's Fall, the one that came out at E3. Now, if you haven't heard the drama around this game, in so many words, when Babylon's Fall was first announced, they gave a gameplay trailer. It represented itself more so to look like a single player action combat game. The game's in collaboration with Platinum Games, the people behind like Bayonetta, Astral Chain and stuff like that, and Square Enix. Two amazing companies collaborating on this. Now, I know a lot of people may beg to differ with that because Square Enix does make some goofy decisions at times, and I know Marvel's Avengers isn't the most smiled upon game that they're publishing, but Square Enix have still done some really good, solid projects like Final Fantasy XIV. They do have one of the best MMO out right now. And Babylon's Fall, when I look at this game, I say to myself, this is probably the closest thing we may ever get to a action combat MMO by the developers, Platinum Games, these legends. Now, these guys, they have a amazing track record. Amazing. Hell, they even brought back one of their truly underappreciated games, the Wonderful 101. And when they brought that game back onto a new platform, it blew up, despite not doing so great on the, I believe it came out on the Wii U. When they brought it out on Switch, it went crazy. It got funded within a couple days, I think, for a Kickstarter they had made. But these guys truly are, legendary developers. They're good with action combat. If you've played a game like Bayonetta, it speaks for itself. But like I was saying, they released a trailer a little while back that made it look like more like a single-player action game. Now, at the end of this trailer, there was a teaser of 4 characters standing in front of a building. Me personally, when I saw that teaser, I automatically got the impression that there was going to be some type of multiplayer element to it. However, the game seemed more like a solo-focused thing, so I was thinking it was going to kind of have like a Dark Souls vibe, where you could like invite another player to help you out on quests or, different dungeons in the game and things like that. But come to find out, this game's going to be a full-on 4-player co-op looter style game. You know, like the whole 9 yards. I'm talking like a medieval fantasy version of something like Destiny. Like that's what they're going for this game. Now, me personally, as you know, the type of gamer I am, when I heard this news, I was ecstatic. You know, I mainly love MMORPGs, but games as a service action RPGs, hell, I'll take those too. They're the next best thing. Co-op games with, you know, tons of weapons and cool combat where I can hack and slash and tear up monsters and foes with my friends and grind gear all day. I love those kind of games, hence the love for MMORPGs. But as you guys know, like I said, games as a service, it's not smiled upon too much, so the community was kind of like, eh. And not to mention, this newer trailer does look a little bit muddier than the previous trailer they released a couple years back. I think so, but I more so think this is it's due to the game's art style, because the original trailer wasn't exactly the best looking either, at least in my opinion. So I think it has a little bit to do with the game's art style. Like, even when you go on the website here and you look at like the pictures and the screenshots and stuff, they just look like the visuals are a little muddy, and it looks like it just has a ton of film grain on it. And maybe that's the case. Maybe the game just uses a lot of film grain, and we turn it off, it'll look brilliant. And I kid you guys not, I've seen that happen with a couple games now. So I'm not going to say that is the case, but I'm just saying, you know, I'm trying to be as optimistic as possible, man, because Platinum Games is one developer I definitely trust. And I have an article right here from them, straight off the Square Enix website, that says 7 things you need to know about Babylon's Fall. Now I'm going to go through this, read these things to you guys, you know, so that way y'all know what Babylon's Fall is about and stuff like that. I'll also leave a link down in the description below where you can sign up for their upcoming closed beta test for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Now, because the game is going to have a closed beta test sometime this year, I'm going to assume, since it's beta, it'll probably launch in 2021, maybe early 2022. I don't know. Usually when games have beta tests, they get the feedback, you know, increment some fixes, and they come out shortly after that. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going on here. So the first thing, as you guys know, the game's made by Platinum Games. Babylon's Fall is developed by none other than the masters of action games, Platinum Games. They say it, Square Enix admits that. Nier Automata, that's, you know, another example of games they've made, bringing you and that's one of the best, you know, action RPGs of last generation. The second thing they want you to know is multiplayer action. The biggest difference to the previous Platinum Games titles is Babylon's Fall is a multiplayer online game. That's right, you'll be able to team up with 3 other players to form a party of 4 sentinels to take on the tower's various challenges together. Explore the tower levels as you follow the story, vanquish your enemies, collect rewards, gather materials, and craft stronger equipment for your next visit. Sounds like, you know, an MMO kind of pattern. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. There's a mechanic in here called the Gideon Coffin. The central item in Babylon's Fall is called the Gideon Coffin. This device attached to the back of your character will be a big component to the story and allow you to perform various actions in and outside of combat. However, know that thanks to the Gideon Coffin, you'll be able to equip 2 additional weapons to your loadout. Since you can already equip 2, 1 per hand, that's a total of 4 weapons. With these weapon sets, you'll be able to create all sorts of crazy combos. Now that, personally, to me, just sounds wild. Imagine being able to have a sword, a staff, and like 2 dual wielded katanas or daggers or something. I don't know. There's a crazy amount of customization there too with that system. And if you look in the trailers, you'll see that the guy's taking out like some type of special power or something on with the thing on his back, you know, lifting up this like crazy weapon and hitting the boss and stuff like that. Well, it's in the gameplay right here, right in the background. So you can definitely get a gist, you know, for kind of what they're talking about. I'm assuming that thing is, you know, the Gideon Coffin, but there's still something that we don't know about that they want to share. Tip number 4 goes to say weapons galore. What weapons can you equip, you ask? It's entirely up to you. You can choose between 5 different types: swords, bows, hammers, staffs, and shields. Okay, so there's even there's a good variety of stuff in there. You have staffs, you can do magic, shields, you know, sword and shield obviously. Great hammers, bows, swords. I'm going to assume 1-hand swords and 2-hand swords hopefully. And they go to say, for instance, if you want to become a well-balanced sorcerer now, you can equip 2 swords and 2 staffs. And if you'd better be safe than sorry, feel free to swap a sword out for a shield. But if your style is more like brutal, unstoppable powerhouse, then you can equip up to 4 hammers. Your choice, we won't judge. So they're giving you a good amount of freedom and variety with this game. Another thing I find pretty cool. They talk about the game's high fantasy world, which I'm sure you guys can see, from the photos and the trailer and stuff like that. They do say that the game's community oriented. It is a live service game, so they're going to be going forth with it, based on all of our feedback. So if some weapons seem too powerful or not powerful enough, they'll be balancing those. Probably different dungeon aspects, loot drops and things. They're going to be taking all that stuff in from the community, which games as a service is supposed to do. And that's one thing I want to harp on. If they don't listen to the community enough, that's going to be a problem for this game. They need to have their ears open to the community and gain their trust, especially because of the way people are looking at this game right now. But they're promising that. That's factor number 6 in this article. And number 7, it says updates aplenty. It means they have plenty of content that they plan to deliver this. And I hope this is the most important thing that they need to stay true to, because this is everyone's biggest problem with live service games. It goes to say, as mentioned above, a lot of post-launch content is already planned, which is a good thing. They know where they want to go with the game, so at least they're not going to be trying to figure out a direction they want to go after launch. So that means they can start working on future content. And they said, and while the version 1.0 of the game will have more than enough for you to enjoy, there is much more to come. New areas to adventure, time-limited seasonal events, ranking challenges, you name it. There's also redacted and redacted, for example, They're teasing, something extra. So hopefully, there's there's some raids or, really high-end challenging dungeons for some of the top-tier loot or something like that. I hope they really do this, in a MMO-like fashion, but I hope the updates are frequent and they do this right. The main reason, like I said, the main reason I'm trusting and putting faith into this game is because it's platinum. I can't picture them going wrong and screwing this up, but then again, like I've said before, we've got our hopes up with so many live service games. I want this game to, to succeed. I want it to be good. I want it to be a big part of the channel. I don't want it to turn out like a lot of these other games have. And I'm personally, guys, I'm putting my faith in this game. Let me know how y'all are feeling, because I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen it at E3. Even when I brought it up on Twitter, a few people were already mentioning that they had iffy feelings about it. Let me know your honest thoughts down in the comments below. And if if you're really that upset about this game and you hate the fact that I'm talking about and everything, that's what the dislike button's there for. That's what the comment section's for. Let your feelings be known. It's okay. I'm not gonna be mad at you. We can be real here. We can talk to each other. But I like this game and I want to support it. And I just want to make that absolutely very clear. And hopefully, if I can get into this beta, you guys will see some gameplay footage, and I'll break down, aspects of the game and give you guys 100% honesty on the direction I personally feel it's going. I'm not a game developer, so, all I can do is mostly speculate. But anyway, guys, let me know how you're feeling down in the comments below. Y'all enjoyed today's video. Smash that like button, and I will see y'all in the next one. Have a great day.